Many of the world's highest performers are known for one unusual habit. They don't reveal their goals. Not to the media, not to friends, not even to family. Not out of secrecy, but out of seriousness. Because for people like this, goals aren't casual intentions. They're personal, they're private, and they are sacred. And that raises an uncomfortable question. If our New Year's resolutions are so important, why do we announce them so casually, abandon them so easily, and treat them as if they are disposable? What if the real problem with New Year's resolutions isn't that we lack discipline, but that we've stripped them of meaning? A resolution is not a hope, it's not a wish, and it's not a performance for other people. A resolution is a commitment. Historically, to resolve something meant to bind yourself to a particular course of action, to make a decision that carried weight, consequence, and responsibility. But today, New Year's resolutions are treated almost as light-hearted entertainment. We share them publicly. We joke about breaking them. We half expect them to fail. And in doing so, we quietly teach ourselves something dangerous, that our word doesn't matter, even to ourselves. When you set a commitment and fail to uphold it, something subtle happens. It isn't just the goal that's abandoned, it's trust in yourself that erodes. And this is how self-betrayal begins and how low self-esteem perpetuates. Small, broken promises accumulate until you no longer trust yourself to follow through on anything. Each failure weakens your sense of personal integrity, the belief that you are someone who can be relied upon. This is why the most serious commitments are often made in complete silence. Not because they're fragile, but because they're meaningful. One of the core principles of Project Renaissance is simple. Act in a way that allows you to respect yourself through your works, not through your words. A truly fulfilled life is built privately through actions that flow from inner sacred resolutions. And the most actualized among us are often the least visible. We live in an age of performance, of broadcasting, of curating an image for approval. And so within that context, one of the most revolutionary acts that we can do is to do something of genuine worth and tell no one. No applause, no announcement, no validation, just action and integrity. That is the spirit of Project Renaissance. Most New Year's resolutions fail because they're treated as fantasies. We imagine a future vision of ourselves, experience the emotional reward in advance, but mistake that feeling for transformation. But real change doesn't begin with emotion, it begins with symbolic commitment. This is why rituals exist. A ritual marks a threshold. It says, something is different now. Think about real rituals. Weddings, vows, oaths, initiations. They're not casual, they're not jokes, they're serious and they're binding. They mark the first step towards a transformation. A New Year's resolution, when properly understood, should carry the exact same weight. Not a motivational exercise, but a sacred vow and a solemn promise. You are not the same person who enters the year after you've made that commitment. The commitment itself begins the journey. A serious resolution carries weight. It demands sacrifice. It requires endurance, and it exposes you to discomfort. Not because hardship is the goal, but because growth comes at a price. To resolve something sacredly is to say, I will uphold this even when it's difficult, even when it's inconvenient, even when it goes unnoticed. Remember this, if the resolution costs you nothing, it will transform nothing. So this year, when you consider a New Year's resolution, ask yourself, Is this something that I'm willing to treat as sacred? Am I prepared to suffer for it? And am I willing to uphold it even when no one is watching? If not, then let it go. Better one serious commitment than 10 empty promises to yourself or to others. This year, don't just think about what you want to achieve. Think about who you are and think about who you want to become. Align your ambitions with your identity. And this time next year, let the hardships you've endured, the challenges you've faced, the commitments that you've upheld, and the contributions that you've made radiate outward, enriching not only yourself, but the people around you. Let your New Year's resolutions be a sacred commitment, upheld quietly, lived fully, and expressed through action rather than words. Because a life built on upheld convictions radiates strength, meaning, and trust. And that is infinitely more powerful than fleeting inspiration. And whatever your resolutions this year, resolve them quietly, resolve them seriously, and resolve them with integrity.